Darius, first of all, how would you describe your style of play on the football field?
I would describe my style of play as a penetrating gap. I don't like sticking on blocks. I like getting off blocks, getting in the field, making plays, and helping my team out.
Now, I'm looking at the stats, 22 and a half tackles for a loss. The last 2 seasons, 10 and a half sacks. I mean, those are really strong numbers for an interior rusher. How pleased were you with your career at West Virginia?
I was very pleased. At first, I wasn't because I really didn't play that much my freshman and sophomore year, just because the older people ahead of me and all that. But I knew once I was going to get my chance to be a starter and to play a lot of reps in the game, that I was going to do well. So yeah, I'm very pleased with the outcome of my career, with being a consensus All-American, and just honestly just being able to rep the state of West Virginia the way I told everybody I was going to. So yeah, I'm very pleased, and hopefully the NFL career works out to where I can be pleased with that also.
Now, you've also got the athletic profile too at Spark, and I know that was a few years ago now. 4.55 short shuttle at 280 pounds, just shy of a 32-inch vertical. How would you describe your profile in terms of combining explosive power with agility?
I would say just putting all that together. Honestly, sometimes if I'm rushing a passer, I'll work a power move, but then, sometimes O-line will pick up on that, so then I'll work finesse. So really just the way I play is just reacting off what the offensive lineman does and working what I'm best at.
Now, 2020 was a strange year for everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody's story is a little bit different, isn't it? In terms of college football, some players didn't play, some barely played, some got through most of the season, which was the case for West Virginia. I mean, what were some of the challenges that the last 12 months brought to you in particular?
I would say just not knowing anything. 2020 was that year where you can't plan nothing because something could go wrong, something could go the different directions. So really just not knowing anything, not knowing the outcome of, oh, we're gonna have a season, or we're not gonna, or we was gonna have a season. So really just being able to keep my mind right and just focusing on the season, not knowing if we were gonna have one or not.
No, it was never going to be an NFL athlete, Darius, and never will be. However, whenever I watch the combine, I always kind of picture in my head, what would it be like lining up to run a 40? What would it be like to be a player going through those drills? Is there a real sense of disappointment that it's this year when you guys are going to be turning pro that you're not going to have that opportunity, that you may well have thought, I can't wait to do that one day?
Oh yeah, definitely. I grew up watching the combine. I grew up watching the D linemen go through. Actually, all the athletes go through the combine, and I'm me praying and wishing that I could do that. I got the combine invite, but it's just very disappointing that we're not going to have it. But we know due to the circumstances, it's not. It is what it is. But knowing we got pro day, so that's the bright side of everything. So, and we're gonna be comfortable. Pro days are where we went to school, so that's even better. But yeah, I always want to be in the combine, be on TV, and have my people watching me. I remember watching the older guys when I was younger at the combine, and everybody used to cheer for them on, and I was pictured with my teammates cheering me on too. But unfortunately, you can't have it, but you can't control it, so you just gotta just work through it.
Now, whenever you watch West Virginia play and you're looking at the tape, you see number 55 and you see number 56. So what was it like playing with your brother?
Oh, it's amazing. It's like having another one of like me out there. We've grown up playing football together, and you could tell by the way we celebrate that we have fun on the field. I'm proud of Dante when he's played, vice versa. He's proud whenever I make one, and just being able to just know the chemistry. That's the best part. I know he's gonna do his job right. I know that he's gonna open up gas for me, and I'm gonna open up gas for him. And it's very unique. It's a very unique feeling.
Now, when I've seen a couple of interviews between you both, and you seem to get on very well. Are you really that close, or are there any moments where you're just like, shut up, bro? Do you have any moments like that?
Yeah. Dante and I we're definitely that close. Every Sunday down here we talk on the phone every day for hours. I miss my brother, he misses me too, and feel kind of empty. Not having my other half with me, because I've had him with me my whole life. And yeah, we have moments on the field where he's not happy with how he's doing in practice, and I try to coach him up. He'd be like, bro, just shut up. And I'd be like, bro, I'm trying to help you out. And sometimes we'll get into little arguments and people will try to break it up, but others will be like, that's just family. Let them deal with that. They've been doing this their whole lives. So, but we know at the end of the day, we're trying to we make each other better, and it's all paying off.
Now, for a lot of players coming into this process, they won't really know what the NFL is all about. You do know what the NFL is all about because your father was a Pro Bowler in 2003. In what ways has he been able to help you prepare for the next step in your career? And what was it just like growing up around the NFL?
It's very unique because, like you said, most people don't get to experience that, and most people don't really get to know what the NFL is like. I don't know what the NFL is like, but I have an idea because my dad played in it, and what he's taught me was really just financially being able to be stable. Because some people grow up without money, and then when they get it, they don't know what to do with it, and they spend it all, become broke. So really, what he's teaching me is to just learn how to be mature enough to handle the money I've never had before, and but also with him we went to a couple of his games, a few of them actually, and he took us into the locker room when we was younger, and I knew from then on out this is what I want to do with my life, and it's all, like I said, it's all paying off, and I thank him a lot for that.
And was it a bit special as well that you and your brother have gone to West Virginia? And has that been sort of a moment that you can all enjoy?
Oh yeah, for sure. We grew up 20 minutes from the university, Fairmont, West Virginia, and we always grown up watching West Virginia football. We went to the tailgates, went to the games, and while I played sports in Little League and Pee Wee, there was West Virginia players that came down to Fairmont and talked to us about the whole process, and that just made it that much more, made us want to go to West Virginia that much more, just to represent our state, because there's not a lot of kids, especially in West Virginia, that get a scholarship offer but then goes to West Virginia. So just we knew that we're loyal to our state, and just being able to represent is the best feeling ever.
I'm going to share the screen so that you can see this video that I'm going to play here, which is just a couple of minutes of highlights. And I mentioned to you in a direct message that I really enjoy the celebrations. There's nothing that energizes for me, a team more than seeing a player enjoy his plays the way that you do. So I'm going to play the video here, and it just basically just shows people what you're about. This is kind of like a stunt, I think. Where you've come on the outside.
Yeah, we had Jeffrey Puller coming to the inside, which freed me on the outside. I made the play, but Jeff Puller and Dante made it happen because Dante's making the quarterback step into the pocket while Jeff's occupying the 2 linemen. So yeah, I made the play, but they made it happen for me.
But this is, to your credit as well. You're here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ground to cover there, and the quarterback sets off to his right-hand side as well. The pursuit, the quickness, what does this say about your skill set?
My skill set is I'll play. I have a lot of tools in my arsenal, I would say. So, I can power through guys, but I can run, chase them down also. And that's always been my game, was just be able to run around and make things happen. Because, I grew up watching D linemen, and I was like, okay, I know I can do this, but what can I do to separate myself from being, the undersized guy? And I just knew that, all right, I got to put speed into my game. And that's what I worked on a lot.
I think this is the swim. That's the little inside move there to get to the quarterback. Now, I imagine, this is the kind of thing, if you're a fan, Darius, and you're watching a defensive tackle who's in the draft, you want to see a move like this, don't you? Because this is where the money's made in the NFL, with a rush like this.
Yeah, and I knew, a couple times throughout that game, they set that protection. They set the 3-man side to me, and I saw that gap on the boundary A gap like 2 other times in this game. And I was like, all right, next time they do this, I'm gonna catch it and try to go react to the backside A gap, and it worked that time, and I got it.
Now this play, this is something special. This is the kind of thing that you don't expect to see this, and then it pops up on in the game, and you're thinking, and it's your video, so we're thinking, what's he gonna do here? Because this is a throw, it's in the air, and then this happens here, and there's a better angle of this from behind, which we're going to come to. Obviously, your teammates enjoyed it, and rightly so.
That's my favorite part of the play. I made the play, but just being able to see my teammates rally around me like that, because that
brother liked it.
We're all close, and Dante comes late, and I was looking for him. Honestly, I was in the middle of everybody, and I was like, "Where's Dante at?" And then all of a sudden, he comes out of nowhere and just swallows me up.
So here we go. This is a great angle of it here, and there aren't many defensive tackles who can make an interception like that. And I suspect that as you go through this process, I don't know, you've already had some chats with teams.
Yeah.
Has anybody brought this up?
There's been a couple. They've asked me, what was my like mindset during this whole play. And really, it was just me playing football. I'm a ball player. I think of myself as an athlete once I get up out the stands. I'm a D lineman, but as soon as you get up out the stands, you're basically like everybody else. You just got to be able to play football. And as soon as I saw the quarterback roll out and I saw Dante chase him, I was like, yeah, he's either going to get sacked or throw the ball to Tyke Smith, that one that tipped the ball in the air. And I saw the ball and I was like, it's my only opportunity I could ever have got in my life to get an interception. So I'm going to just go all out and die for it. And it happened.
And this doesn't really, I don't think it really shows in these clips, but your pursuit and your willingness to chase down and go to the sideline is very evident in a lot of the games here. This is just sort of a really a run stuff, but the reaction for me is what why I wanted to include this here, because this fires people up a little bit, and then we've got another another play in the backfield here. You can see why you racked up more than a tackle for a loss per game in your college career.
This is my first game. This is my first play as a sophomore. First time I ever got to really play. And I was very excited for sure, especially with being my first game with Dante. There's a lot of hype going to that game. How Stills brothers going to do? How are they gonna set the tone for the rest of their careers? And I knew, going against this team, what I needed to do in order to make that happen, and made it happen. And this is my TFL in a row.
Run defending, because is that something you enjoy doing? Because we can sit here and we can talk about pass rush and we can say how great it is to make a big play in the backfield on a quarterback, but in the NFL, it's just as important, isn't it, to be stout, to be able to do the sort of the dirty work really on that line of scrimmage to stop the run first and foremost. I mean, how much do you enjoy that, and how much does your skill set enable you to do that, do you think?
Oh yeah, I enjoy the run, the pass, and being a defensive lineman, in order to rush the passer, you got to stop the run. And just knowing that, all right, I stopped the run, and now I can have some fun on third and fourth down. So really, I enjoy playing football. I love the run just as much as the pass, because I get to just play my game, play football, and yeah, and being able to do that for an NFL team, hopefully one day, just makes it that much better, that much more special.
Another cracking celebration here, and a blocked kick as well. I mean, it's always nice to throw one of these in, isn't it, Darius, into the highlights there.
That play, I blocked the kick, but I shout out to my teammates for making that happen. All Jeffrey Pooler, once again, making the play happen for me. And I just decided to just capitalize on the play. And that was honestly the most enjoyable play of my career. I never blocked a field goal before, ever. And I had a dream the night before this game, I blocked a field goal, believe it or not. And it happened.
Wow. And that was you said that was the most enjoyable.
I would say most enjoyable because it was the biggest play of my career at that point. And at that point, I was like, okay, maybe I can do this. I can play football in the NFL. I can just keep on working hard and pursuing it. And that's really where my career kickstarted for me.
The energy and the celebrations remind me a lot of another West Virginia defender of yesteryear, different position, but same sort of intensity and just a love of the game, I would say. And it reminded me a bit of Bruce Irvin. Is that too long ago to suggest that you may be inspired in some way by Bruce, or does he still have a big reputation at the school?
Definitely not too long ago. Hey, Bruce Irvin's gonna be a legend there till the day he dies, and honestly, till he's after that. Legends never die. So I respect to Bruce Irvin, and being compared to that energy, that's definitely an honor. But he mentioned me on Twitter. Actually, I think after this game, he's saying, man, 55, 56, they get after the ball. And that's when I knew. I was like, all right, now our names are out there, and we just got to just keep it going. And just being compared to the guy like that, that's definitely an honor, because I grew up watching him and knowing, okay, how do I do what he does? Am I able to do that? It's just honestly mind blowing.
Now, as we mentioned earlier, you've met with a few teams via Zoom. What are those meetings like? Because I think it's hard for those who are not having the meetings to understand what that process is like, because usually you would get to go and meet a team. You would get to go into the building, have a tour, meet everybody from the people in the canteen right through to the general manager. When you're sat in front of a computer like you are now, and there's suddenly I don't know who may be in on that kind of a meeting there, how does it feel? Because you might just be like in your room. And this is a job interview. We've all had those. We all know how intimidating they can be, and you've got to have maybe multiple meetings in a day. I don't know. I mean, just sort of talk us through exactly what this is all like for a player.
So at first, the first couple of calls or just the first call, they just want to see how you are, your personality wise, what type of player you are, how smart you are, background checks, have you had any issues on and off the field? And then, as the process goes on over these next 2 months, they really try to just go in depth on, can this guy fit our scheme? Is he a good teammate? All this other stuff. So they really just want to know if you're a reliable person and if you don't get in trouble. And honestly, for me, I don't do anything. As soon as football's over, I come back to my room, even and just recover my body. At West Virginia, I did the same thing. I didn't go out to bars. I didn't do anything. After big wins, I just stayed in my room, hung out with my girlfriend, and just relaxed. And that's the type of player I am. I take care of business on the field and then go take care of business off the field by just recovering my body, keep my mind right.
What hopes and aspirations do you have for your pro career?
Just being able to represent West Virginia in the right way. There's not a lot of people that can go to the NFL out of West Virginia. So people don't think people in West Virginia can play football. And growing up, I go to camps and they'd be like, wait, where are you from? I'm like, from West Virginia. My brother and I, they'd be like, wait, people can ball in West Virginia? I'm like, yeah, you just gotta just find us. And that's the thing. You don't know us, but that's how we make our names. We get it. We go right now and make the plays. So, and honestly, just being able to be the best football player I can be, being able to make my family, be comfortable, be wealthy, and just put my future generations in the right place and the right opportunities.
Are the players that you watch in the NFL and you think I can take a bit from what he does well, I can take a bit from him, and they're sort of helping me sort of plot how I'm going to play maybe at the next level?
Yeah, I watch Aaron Donald, I watch Grady Jarrett because they're 6'1", 6 foot, 285, same as me. So I'm like, okay, well, there's guys just like me in the league. How are they? How if they're successful? How do I apply that to my game as well? My quickness and my power. Aaron Donald, I'm working his cross chop right now. I'm getting right. And Grady Jarrett, his run defending. He's a great run defender, and being able to have his leverage, extend his arms, work off blocks, and that's what I'm trying to work on with my transition off blocks. So I watch them every day, literally every single day on YouTube, and try to just be able to and take it all in and work new techniques.
Especially, you never really think, how inspiring someone like Aaron Donald could be, because we've kind of just got used to him being as good as he is, one of the greatest players ever to play. But he can inspire, I imagine, players, because going into the league, that was the knock on him. He's not the biggest guy. He is his size going to cause him a problem? I suspect if he was 6'4" and 310 pounds, he probably would have gone in the top 5 as opposed to like 13th overall where he went.
So honestly, being slept on is the best advantage you can have, and I brought that with me my whole career, and that's why my chip is bigger than ever now. It was like that. Going to college, I didn't have no offers. I had 2 Power 5 offers, which was Rutgers and West Virginia, and because they don't really the prototypical. I would go to camps, ball out, and they'd be like, "Well, you're not the typical prototypical guy, so we're gonna offer your brother instead of you." We'd sit in front of head coaches, they would say that just right to our faces, and I'd be happy for Dante, but I'd be also disappointed because I'm a ball player. Height it don't matter because at the end of the day, D linemen are taught to stay low, and I'm already low. So that's one less thing they got to teach me. But it is what it is. God got a plan for me, and He put me in the right position at West Virginia to make plays, and it's all working out. So really, just being able to trust the process and just believing in myself is just the biggest thing.
That must take a lot of character, though, to be told that, in front of your brother as well. I mean, I've got a brother. I'm close to my brother, but if he was told, "We like you, but there's an issue here with it," that would really sort of eat me up inside. How do you sort of use that to your advantage?
So it did hurt at first. It really did. I used to be upset. I used to cry a lot because I was discouraged at first. If I was really the first time in my life I faced adversity like that, knowing that I can play ball, but no one's respecting you or seeing it. But at the end of the day, I was like, Dante pushed me to be the best football player I can be because I had to be on his level to get the attention I wanted and deserved, honestly. But and him being just he was in, and then oh wait, Darius. Wait, people would be like, "Whoa, wait, he's got an older brother." They didn't even know about me. They didn't know my name or anything. They just knew about Dante. And I would show up out of nowhere, ball out, and they'd be, "Well, we got to pay attention to this guy now. I know he's undersized, but at the end of the day, he can ball." So really, that's all that matters to me is that I can ball. I make things happen. I'm not the prototypical guy, but at the same time, I can make things happen for my team. And it's if you check the resume from college, it's proven. And that's all I need is just a chance, an opportunity. And if I have it, then I'm gonna take advantage of it and be successful.
My final question for you is: what are you going to bring to the team and the city that selects you come April?
I'm gonna bring everything I have. I'm loyal to what the people that have given me a chance, and I stick with it through thick and thin. And at the end of the day, I'm a ball player. I play with intensity. I'm a great lead. I'm a leader. I'm a great teammate, and being able to just put my teammates in the best position to make plays, and them putting me in the best position to make plays, and I'm a ball player. Really, just I love playing football. I love the game, and whoever gets me is going to get somebody that's going to be there for a long time.
Darius, I have to say, very impressive speaker, and I'm sure you're going to impress a lot of teams with this approach. And just the best of luck to you in your career, because it sounds like you're on the right path.
Thank you. I appreciate it.